After his presidency, Donald Trump was walking along Fifth Avenue in New York, accompanied by his security team, after a busy business meeting. As usual, the city was full of life and noise. People pulled out their phones to take pictures when they recognized him, but this time Trump wasn't focused on the attention. His gaze fell on a man sitting alone on the sidewalk. The man was wearing a worn-out coat, and his face was marked with the lines of a hard life. Beside him, there was an old backpack and a sign that read, "Help the homeless." Trump paused for a moment, signaling his security team to stop with a raised hand. "Who is that?" he asked, but no one could give a clear answer. Trump slowly approached the man. "Hey, you," he said with his thick, distinct voice. The man looked up and squinted as he saw Trump. You're Trump, aren't you?" the man said, his voice a mix of surprise and recognition. "Yes," Trump replied confidently. "What's your name?" "Mike," the man said, his eyes filled with both surprise and weariness. "I used to serve in the military. Now, I'm here." Trump's expression turned serious, something unusual for him. He stopped for a moment and then with a firm voice said, "You served your country, but now you're on the streets." "That's not right." Mike gave a bitter smile. "Life isn't always fair, Mr. President. Things changed when I came back. I couldn't find a job. My family fell apart. The system forgot about me." Trump was silent for a moment. He understood that Mike's story was just one of many others on the streets. "If the system forgot about you, that's our fault," Trump said softly. Mike shrugged. "I'm just one guy. There are so many of us out here. Changing this isn't easy." Trump thought for a second. "Do you have a minute, Mike?" he asked. Mike nodded. Trump reached into his pocket and pulled out a business card, handing it to him. "This is the number of someone on my team. We'll get you a place to stay. We'll also help you find a job. But more importantly, we need to do something for others, like you." Mike took the card in disbelief. "Is this real? Are you actually going to help me?" "I keep my promises," Trump replied with his usual confidence. "We'll take care of it." At that moment, one of Trump's security guards approached him. "Sir, we're on a tight schedule," the guard said, prompting Trump to nod. However, he turned back to Mike for one last word. "If I ever see you on the streets again, it'll be my fault," Trump said, giving Mike a light pat on the shoulder. Trump, followed by his security team, continued on his way, while Mike remained there, holding the card in his hands for a long time. For the first time in years, he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. That evening, Trump's team reached out to Mike, helping him find a temporary shelter. In the following weeks, they assisted him in finding a job, offering him the support he needed to rebuild his life. Inspired by this encounter, Trump initiated a new program aimed at helping the homeless. Years later, Mike would look back on that moment and realize one thing. That day on Fifth Avenue, one man saw him not as a homeless person, but as a human being. And that moment became the beginning of an unforgettable transformation in his life.